All right, guys, this is Crazy Kev here, and I'm here with Gage Gill. Gage, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. And, man, you got a fight coming up. Talk to us a little bit more about that fight you got coming up.
Yeah, it's first fight going out the country in Canada against another undefeated guy, 6-0. I'm 6-0 too. It's gonna be for the unified bantamweight belt main event. Should be a good one.
Yeah, man, 100%. Now, like you mentioned, you're fighting an undefeated guy. Do you think this is going to be your toughest test so far in your career?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's probably the most well-rounded one. I don't know. I mean, never know until the fight happens, but I think every guy I'm fighting next is the toughest one.
That makes sense. Now, when it comes to just like fighting in general, man, you're a finishing machine. Talk to us more about, that finishing power and, your submissions a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been much stronger and powerful than people have realized throughout my life, and I guess it's just translated over to the punches.
Yeah, fair enough, man. And, when it comes to just these knockouts and submissions, what do you think is more satisfying, getting that knockout or a submission win?
Definitely getting a knockout. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's the knockout.
Yeah, makes sense. Now, when it comes to just some of the guys you're training with in the gym, who's maybe some of your favorite training partners you like to go with every day?
When I can get to some of their gyms, I like David Gordon, Seth Dardar, Caleb Lee, and then when I get to Kurt's gyms, Kurt Hollabaugh.
Very nice. Now, when you're training with these guys, do you happen to have like any of these guys that maybe you might hang out with, maybe you consider a friend outside of the gym?
Yeah, I mean, I go golfing with Kurt. Whenever I go to David's, I stay over there. We do whatever. I mean, he lives an hour and a half away, so when I go over there, I stay for a couple of days, and we do whatever, train, and find whatever else we can do.
That makes sense. Now, like you mentioned, you're going to be fighting out of the country. Are you going to be doing any sort of sightseeing maybe before or after your fight?
Probably not. I'm just getting there whenever they fly me out, and whenever they fly me out, and then Saturday, the day after the fight, I think is whenever they got my flight scheduled.
Very nice. Yeah, sounds like you're locked in, man. I love it. And, man, when you were first at your gym, talk to us a little bit more about how you met your coach and what it was like the first time meeting him.
Well, I don't know. The first time meeting him is just, I don't know. I mean, I was nervous, it was just the first time in there, new environment. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how it was going to be.
Right.
But him and everyone else was good people, so it all worked out.
Very nice. Now, when it comes to your gym, like you mentioned, you were a little bit nervous going in there. Is there some do's and don'ts when it comes to, training at your gym?
I mean, I'm trying to think of some. I mean, they're kind of strict on, like, your standard rules, like, no shoes on the mat.
There you go. Yep.
But for the most part, it's pretty chill gym. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. Now, when it comes to just like training camp in general, how long do you kind of like your training camps to go for, and what is maybe some things you like to do during them?
I think about 6 weeks hard training camp is probably the best. But I mean, I like to know about the fight, within that time or longer. Like this one, I knew about it for about 10 to 12 weeks, and I started training harder. I cut out alcohol a lot earlier this time, and I just getting more getting more ready whenever it comes to that. What was the rest of the question? I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. Just basically, what do you like to kind of do in training camp, and how long do you kind of like your training camps to go for?
I just kind of take it however my coaches want, whatever they want me to do that week. It all depends on them. I like sparring a good two times a week, maybe 3 times a week. If they got the assault bike, I like to hit that for some cardio, depending on the day. And I go running a couple miles whenever I have work and can't make it to the gym. So that's about it.
That makes sense. That makes sense, man. And when it comes to just like trying to find a fight, do you happen to have any trouble finding fights, or talk us a little bit more about that?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I've had several of them turn me down, but luckily, it hasn't been too bad because it's always been multiple offers at a time, and at least one of them accepts it whenever it comes to like 3 of them. The last fight I had 3 of them, 2 of them turned me down, one of them, the last one accepted it. So that's kind of how that went.
Right. That makes sense. And man, like we were mentioning before, you're undefeated. You're a finishing machine. You got 6 finishes in the first round. Do you think a big win here can maybe get you up to that next level in another bigger promotion?
Oh yeah, I know for a fact it will. I'm confident it will.
Yeah, very nice, man. That'd be huge. Now, when it comes to getting to that next level, do you think it could maybe be a contender series shot if it is the UFC, or if it's not, would you even be open to doing like a short notice fight? Because I know a lot of these guys nowadays are taking them.
A short notice for the UFC?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it depends. If depends on if I was in fight shape. If I wasn't really in fight shape, I'm not taking it. I've already had that opportunity come about, but it was a 4-day notice, and I wasn't in no type of fight shape to go fight one of them guys.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna waste that opportunity,
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. And with that 4 days notice, how many pounds would you have had to cut, or like, why was there, I guess, the reason why you wouldn't have wanted to do it on 4 days notice?
I don't even think I thought about weight as a issue. I was just thinking about cardio, and if it were to go past 1 round, I wasn't. My cardio wasn't there for that aspect. I could have went 1 round easy, but after that, it might have been a struggle,
Right.
a real struggle.
No, man, that makes sense, because that was actually another thing I was going to ask you, because you have all your finishes in the first round. I mean, what do you like to do to get your cardio ready, and does that maybe like worry you a little bit, like, hey, I have all my finishes in the first round, I maybe need to go a little bit longer in the cage to get that experience?
Yeah, I mean, that's always a thought, but I mean, I know when it comes down to it, I have the grit to push through if I were tired like that, because I've done it before. But I mean, I feel confident whenever I'm going through camp and I'm doing stuff like, say, some of my runs. Well, I'll do one early on in camp, and it'll be this time, and I'll do another one a little later, and I'll smash that time. And then doing like fight simulations where I go 5 rounds. This one's for 5 rounds, so when I go 5 rounds, and depending on how I feel against one, if I go against one guy through 5 rounds, or if I alternate guys, depending on how I feel through that, is what gives me more confidence to go longer.
Yeah, very nice. And like you mentioned, you're training with a couple of beasts in the gym. Who do you think is maybe the strongest guy you've ever been in the gym with so far?
The strongest, like strength wise?
Yep.
It's tough because I mean, most of them are just bigger than me. So
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, Kurt's pretty strong, but he's also just got really good pressure when he's on top, and I go with Kurt.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. I'd probably believe that one, man. And when it comes to just like your training in general, man, what is maybe some of the vibes like in the gym? Like, what kind of music you like to listen to when you're training?
I like rap. I like a little rap. I like a little rock too. Some some good rock. But yeah, I don't even. It's different music with whoever I'm with at the gym that day. I don't ever play the music, but whenever I do, it's probably the rap.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. And Gage, when it comes to fighting, I mean, obviously you're a beast in the cage, and you mentioned a little bit of golfing with Kurt. But what are maybe some other cool things you like to do outside the cage that maybe a fight fan might not know about?
Shit, I do a lot. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's something to go do some competitive stuff. I like to do it. I used to be in a cornhole league. I used to. I mean, I like to go kayaking.
Okay.
I mean, whatever it is, I play in men's softball league sometimes. Whenever they need a spot, I mean, I do whatever activities comes about.
That makes sense. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes, get your mind off fighting for a little bit. I love it. And man, when it comes to just like cornhole, like you mentioned, do you happen to play against any of those guys in the gym? And if you do, talk to us a little bit more about that.
I mean, I played against a couple of them a couple weeks ago, and they learned that they didn't want to smoke.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Quick.
That's awesome. That's really good, man. And you fought in a couple different promotions now. Which one do you think is maybe your favorite promotion you fought in so far, man?
My favorite one was definitely CFFC when it comes to how nice it was and the setup and all that. Pay wise, I like the local fights because I get good ticket sales, so I get a lot of money from ticket sales.
No, that's what I was going to ask you as well too. When it comes to just like this ticket sales, is that like annoying? Talk to us more about that, like dealing with that kind of stuff on top of just fighting and training.
Yeah, it can definitely be a bit of a hassle, a bit more stressful, but I mean, it's something you got to do, I guess.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense, man. And Gage, like one thing I always like to ask every fighter I bring on the show. I'm a Taekwondo instructor. I've been teaching for 6 years. I've been training for 19 years. I just kind of love what I do. And with that being said, with all the different guys I have in my gym, what advice do you give them to keep coming into the gym and to keep on getting better and better every single day?
Find out. I guess. Focus on what you're struggling on right now, and just try and build that up. And every day you'll get better, 1% better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best I got right now.
It's all good. No, it's good advice, man. I love it. I love it. Now, getting back to CFFC, because I'm from Philadelphia, and CFFC is pretty local to me. Obviously, with you having a couple submission wins, would you even be interested in doing some CFFC grappling one day?
If they paying good, I guess.
I think they do. You know what I mean? There's a couple fighters that, they say they enjoy the pay. So, maybe one day we could see you there. That'd be nice. And, man, on top of everything, it's been nice talking to you. And with that being said, man, what's maybe a good final message out there for the fans that are going to be watching this video?
Oh, hey, tune in June 14th. Watch a knockout.
That's right. We're looking to see you, extend that win streak, man. And, hopefully this win can kind of get you to that next level, Gage. And thank you so much for working with me and taking the time to do this interview. It means a lot to me. And hopefully we can stay in touch. And best of luck with your future fight.
For sure. Thank you.
My man. All right. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again.
You too.